Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. So we will start with Jai Radha Madhav. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivara Dhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivara Dhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivara Dhari. Jaya Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. Are we reading from Bhagavad Gita today?
No.
Yeah? Yes? Yeah? I don't know which shloka. I think it was the Jagannath lectures today.
Yes.
So, I think 2 weeks from now, maybe 3 weeks from now, we have our, how many weeks?
I think
3
2
weeks.
more weeks other than this. I think.
Yeah, 3 weeks from now, we have our second Jagannath Rath Yatra in Stouffville. And this series of lectures for another 3 classes, I think it's about to set the mood of our Rath Yatra. So, again, as always been said that I'm not qualified to sit in this Vyasasana, but to speak about this most esoteric subject matter. So before I even attempt to speak, I seek the blessings of all the Vaishnavas, and I especially seek the blessings falling at the lotus feet of Mother Bhishmaka and seeking her blessings so that I can speak few words and also all the exalted Vaishnavas here, so that I can inspire and draw the energy and your blessings, so that I can speak some words for my own purification. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtagi Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayade Giram Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Paramananda Madhavam Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Chaitanyamishwaram. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. So, not sure how to start, where to start. Somewhere we have to start. So, this festival of Rath Yatra is very important in this age, in this Kali Yuga. Simply because Jagannath mercy is very much important and very much essential for the entire humanity. How many of you think that like that? And why do you think like that? Those of you who have raised your hands, you can tell.
What was the question? Sorry.
I was telling, this festival is very important for the humanity. And Jagannath blessings is very much essential for the entire humanity. I was just thinking like, why are you thinking like that?
Especially this Kali Yuga, Sankirtan Yajna is very important. So on the Rath Yatra day, all the Vaishnavas will be chanting the holy name of the Lord.
Yes.
Also, Lord Jagannath always looks at the good qualities of the devotees, and even a little service with eyes wide open, he will look at but ignore the drawbacks.
Yes.
And he is so merciful. He comes and sees us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kali Yuga Pavana.
Kali Yuga Pavana, yes. Yeah, these are
Jagannath is coming, giving the mercy for everybody.
Everybody, right? Yes. So that's how it is. So that's how Jagannath is called Jagannath. What is the meaning of Jagannath? The Lord of the universe. Because in this universe, Radhanath Maharaj in one of his lectures he said that when he met Mother Teresa during his initial stages in pursuit of that spiritual knowledge or spiritual path in these initial days, it's given in the book. Just the book is the journey back home, right?
Yes.
It is Maharaj said that when he met Mother Teresa in Calcutta, she said the greatest problem in this material world is the spiritual hunger or the spiritual thirst, so to speak. Because everybody is looking for that love, And we're just trying to get that love, and we're trying to get that spiritual mercy by all means. Not spiritual, but people don't know what they want actually. People are
Happiness, they search.
exactly, people are trying to search for happiness through different ways, but they couldn't find what is that proper happiness, what is that real path wherein they can actually get that final or the real happiness and peace and that mercy. And that is the real problem in this material world. And she said that yes, serving the human being is one thing, but essentially giving them the real happiness and the real bliss and the spiritual path is the greatest charity. So Lord Jagannath is actually giving this. In this material world, as we all know, that it's an ever challenging situation every single day. Every single day, it's a challenge. We don't know what this material world is keeping for us next day, tomorrow. We are just fighting. Every single day we are
Padam yat
padam yat vipadam. Every single day morning we get up, and then what we think, what is there for me today?
every step is there.
Yeah, it's a challenge, a struggle. That's how the material world has been built. And in this very difficult situation, in this most unfavorable condition, what we are trying to do, we are actually trying to squeeze out the happiness. As a matter of fact, it is very difficult to get the happiness in this material world, because Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita that this material world is what's the profile of this material world? It is it's painful, difficult, and then and in that material world we are trying to find, or rather we are trying to see the happiness. And why are we seeking happiness?
That's the inherent
nature of us, right? We are actually seeking our basic nature of a living entity is in pursuit of happiness.
to love and to be
Yes,
loved.
Sachit Ananda. That Ananda part is the most formidable, characteristics of a living entity. And when we come here in this material world, we will still try to pursue that happiness. But the problem is we are looking at the wrong place. Like for example, if you go to, let's say, if you go to, looking for a good example, cinema. If you go to cinema and then you're looking for something happiness, well, not a good example, sorry, cinema is not a good example. I'm saying, like, if you just go to a hospital and then you're actually trying to find something, a very happy thing, you won't be finding. So, lack of a better example, I'm just trying to see that this is where we are. That is what Prabhupada is mentioning, like, we are looking at we are at the wrong place at the wrong time in this material world. And this material world is a foreign land for us. Is a what? It's a foreign land. What's the meaning of foreign land?
Doesn't belong to us.
We doesn't belong here.
Fish out of the water.
We are fish out of the water. We don't belong here. And then understanding this condition that we don't belong here, or we are in a wrong place looking for a wrong thing, looking for something which is not available in this material world, that itself is challenging. And every single moment we are trying for that. Is that a fair statement? Every single moment we are looking for that, right? And then what is the happiness we are actually seeing in this material world? Aren't we getting some happiness? Aren't we getting, in this material world, we are experiencing happiness, isn't that true? Yes. Then what is that? Krishna is saying, like, there is no happiness in this material world. And it's difficult place, but we think that it's a happiness there. So what is that happiness we are experiencing?
Absence of misery.
Absence of misery.
Absence of misery.
there is a beautiful way of mentioning in the Bhagavatam. There is a beautiful verse. Griheshu kuta dharmeshu dukkha tandreshu atandritaha kurvan dukkha pradikaram sukhavan manyate grihi. In the Bhagavatam, in the third canto, I guess, I think it's Vidura speaking. He's saying, Griheshu kuta dharmeshu. What we do in our material life, kuta dharma. Kuta dharma means we actually do all the kind of, ways by which we try to explore the happiness. Cunning. Kuta dharma is cunning. Thank you. That's the right word. Cunning things we do. We try to be smart and try to explore, extract that happiness. Dukkha tantreshu atantriha. We just wanted to get the happiness out of this dukkha tantra, out of this, the whole machine of misery. Kurvan dukkha pratikar. And when the happiness is gone, when the misery is there, and we get a little bit of break from that, then we think that sukhavan manyate grihi. Manyate, the meaning of manyate means what? We consider that to be happiness. Now, what is the definition given by Bhagavatam? When we are actually doing something which is to overcome that misery, and when we find a little bit little bit of relief from that. I'll give an example. Let's say now, what is the gas price now? 162 cents, right? 164, right? 164, precisely. Tomorrow, the gas price goes to 162. We become happy, right? And then it again goes to 174, and we become morose. Now, from 174, it goes to 170. Then we become very happy. Is that real happiness? No. You should be really happy when you get gas for free. That is the real happiness. But you're actually getting a big misery, and when you get a little bit of, kurvan dukkha pratikaram. Dukkha pratikaram means you just try to solve this dukkham, and you get a little bit of success in that one, and then you become sukhavan manyate grihi. How nicely Bhagavatam is actually taking a picture of you and showing it to you. This is what your situation is. Like one person was actually going for a pilgrimage, and then he was having a bag, like a bundle in his back, and he was just climbing the mountain, and he was climbing, and then just extremely tired, and then he couldn't climb anymore, and then he was just thinking, like, what should I do? I will not be able to make it. And then on the midway, he found somebody who wanted to sell a horse. And then he said that's a beautiful idea. I can buy this horse, and then I can ride over the horse, and then I can reach the top of the mountain. So he bought that horse, and then but unfortunately this horse was pregnant, was about to give birth to a baby. So this horse was not at all moving, because it is so stubborn and is pregnant, it could not move. So this person was really in a difficult situation now, right? He is trying all his best way to pull and push and do whatever it is to move the horse. So half of his time was spent in making the horse move, but it was not at all happening. So then what happened? In this tug of war, the horse gave birth to the baby. So now the baby is there, and then the baby was there. I mean, the moment the baby was born, the baby will stand up and then start moving, right? So when the baby moved, then the horse started moving after this baby. So Ni saw like, that is a good idea. Very nice. So how now, after long, effort, he found out how to make the horse. What is the way? To make the baby moving. So what did he do? He took the baby on his back and he started walking. And then he saw that the horse is moving. Amazing! So good, successful! He was extremely happy. And then he was just walking all the way to the top of the hill. And then he was very happy. And then top of the hill is when he realized. What did he realize? What did he realize?
Extra burden. More burden.
He walked by himself. Okay, one thing. What is the second thing? He made the horse walk. And what third thing?
Extra burden.
You know to go back.
He had to take an extra burden of the baby horse. And what was the end result? He was extremely he was extremely happy. And where is the tiresome, and then what is that fatigue has gone? Is gone. Because the feeling of happiness has overtaken his fatigue. That's exactly what's happening with us. You see what I'm saying, Prabhu? 5 days we work hard like an ass. And then 6th and 7th day we will be actually enjoying like there is no other day. Right? That's how it is. That's how we're just trying to extract the maximum out of that. We're not realizing that this 5 days it's breaking my back. That is the situation. And that is how we get programmed. The pleasure seeking of the human being is programmed in such a way that we always try to extract sukhavan manyate grihi. That's the situation. In this kind of a material world wherein we are actually trying to get Prabhupada says that this material world is not a place for a gentleman. Actually, it's a word of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. He said it's not a place for gentlemen. Now, what can we do? Can we get out of this place? Can we go to the Mars or can we go to other planets? We can go, but at least with this body, we have to live in this material world. We are stuck. That's the right word. Yes, we are stuck in this material world. Now, what should be done? What is a way? That is where the whole concept of the getting out of this material world thing will come. We actually going through all this what's that called, the purusharthas. What are the purusharthas? 4 purusharthas: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. And this we are actually going through all these 3 things. Dharma, to some extent we are performing dharma. Artha, we are actually getting some money. And kama, we are actually going through our material desires and having our pleasures and distress and everything. And then the last one is only given by the moksha. The part is only given by this spiritual path. Unless and until you come to that path, you won't be getting that place. Like for example, if you are in a maze, how many of you gone to Jantar Mantar in Delhi? What is Jantar Mantar, Prabhu?
Yeah, that's kind of amazing.
It's a kind of a maze, right? So once you get into the Jantar Mantar, you cannot come out, right? Unless and until somebody who really knows the way out has to hold your hand and just take out from there, right? The same way, this from this mesh or from this maze of this Jantar Mantar, of this material world, somebody has to take us out of this material world. And that is how we can actually come out of this one. If a person don't know, unfortunate souls who don't know how to get out of this material world, they are completely stuck in this material world. And the most unfortunate part is that they don't know that they are actually stuck. That is where this Jagannath festival is very, very important. That is the primary reason why Srila Prabhupada has introduced Lord Jagannath in this material world. As somebody has mentioning, like the meaning of Jagannath is the Lord of the universe. It's not only the Lord of the universe, Jagannath is universal. I would say that way. Jagannath is? What does that mean? He is? No. That is Lord of universe. When I say Lord of the universe, that is Jagannath. I would say Lord is universal. What is that? What is the difference between that?
It's a faith agnostic.
For everyone. For everyone.
He is same to everybody, close, yeah.
For everyone.
He is for everybody. He is for every person.
Discriminate.
That is the thing. He is universal, right? See, Prabhupada has actually brought up Jagannath in this Western world to create a revolution. How many of you heard of this revolution? Tadvat Visargo Janataga Viplavo. In the Srimad Bhagavatam there is a verse. So this Viplava means revolution. What is revolution means? The revolution has come from the word revolt. What is a revolt? What is the meaning of revolt?
Bounce back.
To change. Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah, to change, to oppose something which is going on for a long time. To change something. And that revolution has brought up by Srila Prabhupada, this material world. Why? Because these people which you're talking about, I was talking about what is our condition in this material world, and most importantly for those unfortunate people who don't have an opportunity to come to that path of dharma, artha, kama and moksha. If there is no moksha path, just imagine Prabhus and Mataji, we are stuck in this material world, and this material world has got a big collection of bodies for us. What does that mean? How many bodies do we have?
2 bodies, subtle body and gross.
Yes, that's a good answer. But I said like shariras. Yeah, that's also 2 bodies. How many species? Let me put that way. Yes, that's what I mean. 8,400,000 species. That means that many bodies are available for us to go through our desires. You just desire Prabhus and Matajis, and that body is ready for you. You just desire anything, you will get that body. Now, what is our desire? Our desire is to have to eat a lot of food. Let's say that's a desire. And you will get a body. But the problem is that the body you will get maybe an elephant's body. An elephant will be eating tons of food. But is that body good? You might be having a desire to have sex pleasure. You will definitely get that body. And that body could be of a pigeon or a monkey, wherein you can have sex pleasure every time. In a day, they will be doing sex pleasure like 50 times, 100 times, 500 times. You will get a body. Is a body of monkey or a pigeon better than a human being? No, right? So wherever there is a desire, you will get a body. Now, what's the problem with this bodies? You will keep on circling in that one, right? Now we are sitting in this human body, we don't get that far-sightedness or foreseeing capacity to understand this philosophy. But the Shastras give us that information that this is what is going on, my dear living soul. Punarapi jananam maranam. Punarapi janani jadhare shayana. What is the second verse? Iti samsare bahudustare. Right? This samsara is bahudustare. Bahudustare is extremely difficult to overcome. Right? And this come out of the bhaja govindam bhaja mudhamate. Oh, who foolish souls, you just please chant the glories of Govinda. That is the only way by which you can come out of this cycle of birth and death. And that is where a person will become intelligent. Now, when a person, how will that person will come to that path of intelligence? How will a person will come to the path of intelligence? Mercy has to come. Beautiful. Very good answer, Prabhu. Elaborate on that. Mercy like what?
So he has to get a realization. The person has to get, like my personal example.
Yeah.
Till such time Pitambar Prabhu came and gave me that Bhagavad Gita book, I was thinking this is just yet another marketing stunt.
Yes.
But maybe 2-3 years later,
Yeah.
suddenly I realized that, okay, there is something
That's
is going
something.
on, so I came here, and then that was kind
There
of
you go.
mercy. Yeah.
See? Now, there is something much beyond that, Prabhu. You are sitting here. I'm taking you as an example, okay, Prabhu, since you have spoke about that. You are sitting here. There is it is not by accident that you are actually sitting here and actually trying to practice Krishna consciousness or pursuing the path of spirituality. It's not by accident. There is something very important which has happened to your life. When I say not maybe this life, could be because of your previous life also. What could be that thing which actually led you to come to Krishna consciousness? Sukriti, right? Some kind of a mercy has actually, that's what I told, that the mercy word is important.
Yes.
How did you get that mercy?
Sanskara.
You got some kind of an association with some devotees. You got some kind of an association with some devotional service. You got some kind of an association wherein you get to eat some prasadam.
How you get that devotee's connection?
That is how, you accidentally get
the
it.
mercy of the Lord.
You just, like, I'll tell you, when the Rath Yatra is going on, right? And then we are actually pulling the Rath. And then one person is passing by, completely stranger. And the devotee is actually giving a cookie or a prasadam to him. And he just take that prasadam. That's enough.
No,
That is how.
This prasadam also get that devotees through. We get anything is did in Purva Janma Punya.
No. This is how, Mataji. A person somehow accidentally coming in contact, right, with the devotee, that is his Sukriti. You know what I'm saying?
That
So we
accident,
did
how
it,
it will happen? How it will happen, that accident?
That accident is actually happening because that path has crossed through his life.
Some good deeds he has done.
No, that is the good deed. That is the good deed he has done, right? Now, to come to that particular incident to happen, right? Probably that could be there in his, destiny or something, wherein he has come in contact with that. Brahmanda Brahmide Kona Bhagyavan, right? That luck is there, right? That destiny is there in his life, wherein he has come in contact with that, right?
My thinking is that nothing accidentally happened.
Nothing accidentally happened. That's what I'm saying. So it has to happen somewhere. That destiny has been maintained, and he has come in contact with devotees. And when that contact with devotees happens, that's when he will be getting a connection with that path. So it's a matter of time, probably in that lifetime, or probably in the next lifetime, or probably in the next. Just like putting a seed. When you put a seed, will that come out very quickly? It won't. It will take germinate, right? It will take at least maybe a week, 2, or maybe a month or something to completely come out. So this seed is underneath the soil. We don't see the plant coming out. Just like, this is the greatest revolution we are actually doing by doing the Rath Yatra. And what's the revolution? We are actually giving this mercy somehow or other, directly or indirectly, to a lot of people which is outside. Now, what are we doing in these 4 walls? What are we doing? We are actually trying to spread Krishna consciousness by giving the lectures of Bhagavad Gita, by chanting the holy name, by taking the darshan of the beautiful Lordship, and also giving the prasadam. So here we are actually doing spreading the Krishna consciousness. But what happens to the other people who are outside this room? How are we going to do that? And that is when Jagannath has is important. That's what I said. Jagannath is universal, right? That is why Jagannath is universal. See, Jagannath, if you see, I think we in the coming lectures, I think the other devotees will be talking about the whole pastimes of how did Jagannath come in this form and all. But I just wanted to mention, like, Jagannath is See, when I saw Jagannath in the first place, when I saw him, I was just thinking like, why is having this different form?
Yeah, same thing.
You know,
When I went to a shop, I saw it.
you said,
I was
what is
thinking
this, right?
So, so I think so the public also who don't know,
Hmm.
they don't have this. If we put Krishna, it's an attractive face. But I used to think, how will they?
They will get attracted.
Yeah, because there are a lot of comments from
Yeah.
UK Rath Yatra
Yeah,
came.
yeah. You are actually taking this ugly looking.
Not ugly, but they just.
They say
don't
that
know,
they
yeah.
just have you looking.
Yeah.
What is this, like, a big round eyes and there is no face to this, or there's no form to this, right?
The Mataji wrote and gave to Prabhupada. Prabhupada was so happy.
Yeah.
And, they were searching.
So they are actually thinking like, what is this form about, right? It is said that Jagannath has actually come to in this form purposefully, right? Why? Because Jagannath in this form, he can transform into any form. What does that mean? He can become like Lord Ganesh, yeah? He can become Lord Ganesh. He can become Lord Shiva. He can become Lord Narasimha. He can become even Kali also. Have you noticed there is a nose ring for Jagannath? How many of you have noticed a nose ring? And what is a ring for? That is when Lord is actually taking the form of Dakshina Kali, he is having the nose ring. So he is universal, means anybody who is a worshipper of any god can see their god in Jagannath, right? Second thing, why Jagannath has actually taken a big eyes, round eyes, without lids?
No eyelids.
No eyelids. Why?
He wanted to give the darshan and look at the
Hmm?
devotees. He wanted to give darshan to everyone without.
Two reasons.
Huh.
Number one, he wants to look at the good qualities of the person
Yeah.
without blinking
Yeah.
eye, but ignore the
Yep.
drawbacks.
Mhm.
And number two, when Mother Rohini was describing the
Pastimes.
sweet pastimes to the other
Yeah.
queens, she told Subhadra Maharani to stand guard
Yeah.
outside so that nobody can enter.
Hmm.
And surely first Balramji comes, then Jagannath comes, and then they are stunned hearing with Subhadra the pastimes of going on,
Yeah.
and their eyes got wide open, and since that day,
Yeah. Why Jagannath's eyes are like round without eyelids? Any thoughts? All these answers are correct, Prabhu. I'm not saying no. It's all correct. Because he...
doesn't want to stop taking the devotees' darshan.
Chandra, yeah. Soma Surya Agnilo. Both eyes are right. But main thing is when Jagannath is outside, which is the first thing which we notice? Eyes. That is why he has made the two big eyes. When we see Jagannath, two things we'll notice. Big two eyes and a big smiling. Right? In order for it to attract us to his Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami. What is the meaning of Nayana Pathagami means?
Nayana means
Who gives
Showing the path by his eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Nayana
never
is beautiful.
sleeps. Never.
Nayana Pathagami means...
The direction.
Yeah. Nayana Pathagami means Jagannath, please come in the path of my eyes. You see what I'm saying? It's a completely different meaning. It's not Jagannath's eyes, it's our eyes. You come in the path of my eyes. What is the difference? What is the meaning of that? Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume means please be in the path of my... it's not Jagannath's eyes, it's what is the meaning of that?
Take darshan.
I want to see it.
I want to take darshan. I want you to be in my path. The path of our vision is getting contaminated by so many things, what we see, right? Right? So many things we see every single day. And all these things are practically contaminating our spiritual existence, right? Unfortunately, Yeah, we are actually seeing so many things, but end of the day, it's not helping us in any way in our spiritual progress. In that condition is what we are praying to Lord Jagannath. Please come in the path of my eyes. right? There is a prayer in Bhagavatam wherein, I don't know who, I forgot who's, they are actually saying like, please come in the path of my mind. There is a prayer like that. I forgot, shloka. Please come in the path of my mind. What does that mean? Please be always manmana bhava bhakto. Always make sure that I will always be thinking of you always. Right? Nanyam vadami na shrunomi na chintayami. Nanyam smarami na bhajami na cha ashrayami. Krishna tvadiya charanambuja mandirena. Shri Srinivasa Purushottama tava dehi dasyam. Nanyam vadami. I should not be saying anything other than you. Nanyam vadami na shrunomi. I should not be na chintayami. Nanyam smarami. I should not be thinking, remembering. Na bhajami. I should not be worshipping or glorifying anybody other than you. Na ashrayami.
Taking shelter.
Krishna tvadiya charanambuja mandirena. I should always be having your feet in my heart. You know, Sri Srinivasa Purushottama tava dehi dasyam. Give me your ultimate shelter. This is what Nayana Pathagami. This is where Man Patha. You know, in my mind, you should all, in the path of my mind, you should be there. In the path of my eyes, you should be there. And this is why Jagannath is having a big eyes. And when he is going through that, when a person just looks like that, first thing we'll notice that two big eyes are looking at him. You know, there is a picture. And there's a picture in my iPad. And then there's Jagannath's eye picture. And when we keep it like this, when I keep it like that, he's looking at me. When I keep it like this, he's looking from me. When I keep a little bit of darshan, he still look at me. You know, it's an optical illusion, but you can see the eyes. The first thing will come to you is eyes, right? It's very important. And that is why Jagannath is very universal. You know, Jagannath, you know, the Jagannath temple itself it's Char Dham. Everybody knows Char Dham, right? Okay. 4 people, raise your hand who knows Char Dham. Okay, first Dham. Okay, let's start from the north. What is there in north? Badrinath. Which is there in the south? Rameshwar. Oh, Jai, very good. Rameshwar. Okay, now which is there in the west? Dwarka. Which is there in the east? Puri. Right. So now, all these 4 dham represent or they belong to 4 yugas. So which dham belongs to the Satya Yuga? Badrinath. Which dham belongs to the Treta Yuga? Dwapara Yuga? Dwarka. And Kali Yuga is Jagannath Puri. Kali Yuga, because why Jagannath Puri is in Kali, why Jagannath has specifically come in Jagannath in Kali Yuga? Isn't that Puri was not there in the Satya Yuga? It was there. But then why Jagannath Puri is prescribed in Kali Yuga?
People need mercy.
All the people, yes. Then
They won't go to see him in Kali Yuga. So
he has to come out, yes. Other thoughts.
Because Kali Yuga is full of
Bad qualities, right? So there should be somebody who would be extremely powerful. You know, when the disease is bigger, you need to have a specialized doctor. When you have a just, what's a cold or cough, you can go to a family doctor. When you are having a real big disease, you need to have a specialist, a powerful doctor. And that's what Jagannath. Most important thing is that Jagannath's worship is, as I mentioned, is applicable for everybody. You know what is the main way of worshipping Lord Jagannath? Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Partaking prasadam.
Offering bhog many times. Taking prasadam. Offering bhoga and taking prasadam is the 2 main ways by which we can worship Jagannath. And how difficult is that? Offering bhoga and prasadam, we are actually just, form comes in our mouth. Devotees.
There are two things everybody
You know?
says. There are two
Shlap-
things everybody says.
Mm.
Dancing Lord and eating Lord.
Eating Lord. Yep. So, in this material world, can there be any easy method than taking prasadam? No. Right? In Jagannath Puri, there is have you heard about in Jagannath Puri how Lord has been offered? There's a whole lot of details there in the Lord's kitchen. Lord's kitchen is the biggest kitchen. I think it's almost like 10,000 cooks working every single day.
All in matta pots.
Right? Big, something like that. Not. It's a big 10,000 cooks are doing in the kitchen all the sevas, like drawing water, cleaning, cutting the vegetables. Everybody will have one single seva, and they will be doing that. And the whole cooking part of Jagannath itself is one big class. I don't want to go there, but a lot of details. This whole bhoga will actually come in the entire thing. Like what we do when we cook rice, dal and everything. We take in small katori, little bit of rice and dal and everything we'll offer. Jagannath Puri doesn't happen like that. Jagannath needs all the food. Full. Jagannath will see when the plate is coming. Jagannath will actually not look at the plate. Jagannath will look at your hands and the kitchen. Is there anything left there? And he will not. Sometimes when the kids are like that, right? He will not be looking at. He will be looking at the other's plate. Same way, Jagannath is very much, so greedy about your bhoga. And what is a bhoga? Is your love for him, and he's so greedy for your love. And he was just looking at this thing, and he wants the entire thing. He partakes whole prasadam. Just like that, and then this whole prasadam actually goes out to devotees. Not a single grain of food is left unoffered. When I say unoffered means is not left unoffered in front of Jagannath. He will make sure that every annam is being offered to him. He takes that and he goes out to the every living entity. It is said that
whatever they cook and offer, every day they
finishes. Yeah. Not a single grain will be going wasting. Now, when in Jagannath Puri it is said that it's a tradition that there is no what is that called? There is no discrimination between this is contaminated. No, it is said that you can even eat from one plate. Normally, you should not be taking with one plate, right? Even if you are actually husband, wife and everything, we should not be taking from others' plate and eat it. Even though we do that, but normally, as per the samskara, you should not be doing that. But that is, as a matter of fact, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is also said, you can even take the prasadam from a dog's mouth and eat it. To that extent, Jagannath's prasadam is purifying. To that extent, right? So, the Jagannath's bhoga, the prasadam which is coming out from Jagannath is so powerful that it can actually cause that spiritual awakening in everybody's life. That is why Jagannath is so universal. And the most important thing is that the Jagannath's Rath Yatra, right? Jagannath comes out as Mataji was saying, there are so much restrictions was put by the Jagannath temple that because of the Mughal rule and everything that non-Hindus cannot get into that temple. But Jagannath is a very, as I'm mentioning, he have no discrimination whatsoever. So because of this thing, he thought I have to come out of this thing. And most importantly, this Jagannath temple's rules. So basically for all the temples, the way of worship is based on three principles. One is Vedic, the second one is Tantric, and Pancharatri, the third one is, right? So we as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we follow Pancharatri, right? But if you go to India, mostly India, South India will be Tantric. Tantric, that's when a lot of symbols and all these things are there, right? That is when the Tantric, according to Tantra, is when they will be performing. A lot of symbols, a lot of mudras, a lot of shlokas and everything, invocations and everything is there. Vedic is another path, and some of the temples in India they do the Vedic path. So these are the three common ways of worship in according to Hindu philosophy. But in Jagannath Puri, it is not that. In Jagannath Puri, the complete worship is given by Jagannath himself. It is called Pantha. Pantha, not Panda. Pantha. Pantha means,
only they do.
yeah, Pantha means it could be based on some pastime which Jagannath has performed with some of the devotees. Right? How many? They are Brahmanas. But no. Not everybody who is worshipping Lord Jagannath is Brahmanas. There are Shabaras also. Shabaras means Adivasis, tribal people. They worship, there is something called Anavasara. Anavasara is when after taking bath, Jagannath will become sick. And this, I think it's 14 days or something, 7 days or 14 days. He becomes sick. And this is called Anavasara. Anavasara means nobody is able to worship. Only Shabaras. Shabaras means people who are tribals, untouchables according to our standards, whatever. Those people, they will come and they will be doing special worship to Lord Jagannath. So no Brahmanas, nobody is allowed inside. They will actually come and do the. So that's what I'm saying. So where did we come to this? So 3 kind of worship. So for Jagannath is not any of these 3. For Jagannath is called Pantha. Pantha means the one which is being the pastime performed by Jagannath to his devotees. Like for example, one of the pastime is Bandhu Mohanty. Have you heard about this pastime of Bandhu Mohanty? So Bandhu Mohanty was a poor Brahmana, I don't know, it's a Brahmana or somewhere. He came to Jagannath to see him, but then he was so tired. So Jagannath asked one of his pujaris to take the prasadam in his golden plate and give it to Bandhu Mohanty. So this Bandhu Mohanty had this prasadam and he slept. And then next day morning he saw that, the soldier saw that this golden plate which is offered to Jagannath is there with this person. So he got arrested. And then in the dream of the king, said that Jagannath said like, this is me who has provided this prasadam to Bandhu Mohanty. So you should not be punishing him. So from that day onwards, the followers of Bandhu Mohanty is the one who is preparing one of the bhogas. One of the bhogas is being prepared by the followers or in that family. Their family is making one of the bhogas. Anybody else can do that service. What does that mean? That is, what is that called? That service is being ordained by Jagannath himself. So the entire pastime or the entire the puja vidhi of Jagannath Puri is being given by Jagannath, and is written, that's called Panthas.
Karamas, Kichadi.
Huh?
Kichadi.
Yeah, Kichadi and all, right? So all these pastimes are being recorded, and that is how it's become a custom, right? So what I was trying to say is that even coming out, Jagannath coming out and giving darshan is Jagannath's pastime. He wanted to come out and he wanted to take darshan. And that is why, how many of you have gone to Jagannath Puri? How many of you have gone to Jagannath Puri? How many of you have gone for the Rath Yatra? Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. You have been, right?
So many people died also that
Yeah.
time.
See, Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra is extremely, it's at least once in your lifetime you have to attend. Now we are all getting old. Before we become completely disabled, at least you should go. You should, even though you cannot pull the Ratha, you should go. You should be at that place. 2 reasons.
So I went to Thane Yatra.
You went to Sthan Yatra, right? Yeah. Why? Because, yes, we attended Jagannath Rath Yatra in here, but Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra, there is a difference. Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra, you will, the more than the people who are there on the Rath Yatra day, more than the local people, the denizens of the heavenly planets, the sages and everybody will actually come down. So you never know. The person who is pulling the rope next to you might be Brahmadev. The person who is actually maybe, a lady who will be sitting there on the pallu on the top of this thing, she should be Parvati, Mother Parvati. Another person who is actually, standing there, with the cap, that could be Lord Shiva. You never know.
Maharaj has come
Right?
on the-
So, Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra, 2 things you should not miss in your lifetime. One, is Puri Rath Yatra. The second is Kumbh Mela. These two things you should not miss, because these two places wherein all the denizens of the heavenly planets and the sages and the great rishis and munis will come. Even if you just pay obeisances to that place, that dust will be filled with the dust of the lotus feet of all these great persons. Don't ever think that this is a place wherein people will come. No, it's not people. That's very extremely important. Once in a lifetime, you should go and attend Rath Yatra. Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. Now that we are actually getting old, but Krishna's mercy, we can move, right? You don't have to really pull the cart. You really know, you have to be there. You, if possible, just take a darshan of the Lord. Be in that crowd. Just pay obeisance to that Badadanda. Badadanda means the royal road. And the most important thing, Prabhu, if you are lucky, you will get to hug Lord Jagannath, the real Lord Jagannath. It happened to my brother. He used to go every Jagannath. And he said that the Rath Yatra will actually start, and probably it will not go there in one day. Probably it will take 2 days. So they stop in the night, and then Jagannath will actually perform beautiful pastimes, and then everybody will be having fun with Jagannath. There will be dance and music and everything. The next day they will pull again. And when they pull, it will actually go to Gundicha temple, and they will stop there. The Gundicha temple also, Jagannath will not go inside. In Gundicha temple, when Jagannath is taking rest in the cart, they will allow people to go to the cart and hug Jagannath. And he said that he went there, he was hugging Jagannath, the whole Jagannath. And he was feeling, he was telling like, I'm hugging the whole universe, right? Have you seen Jagannath's face is so dirty? Have you seen in Puri, have you seen the live telecast of Jagannath? He's dusty and the whole thing is messed up, Jagannath's face. Why? Because somebody's face will be Jagannath's face like that only. The whole thing, because of this thing. And can you imagine how fortunate that will? And Jagannath loves that. That is why I said he is universal. There is no discrimination. He has come to this material world for us human beings to get served. To get served by the unfortunate human beings like us. And that is why Jagannath Rath Yatra is very, very, very important. Srila Prabhupada, I'll wrap up with this small pastime. Srila Prabhupada, when he was young, he has conducted this Rath Yatra. When he heard from his father that Lord Chaitanya used to do this Jagannath pastime. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has spent his 18 years, the last 18 years, 14 years or 18 years, in 14 years, right? 14 years. 14 years in Jagannath, right? Why he has spent in Jagannath? Chaitanya Prabhu was supposed to go to Vrindavan, right? But then it is because of Jagannath's special Leela, he brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri, and he spent and he performed all these great pastimes along with the other 6 Goswamis in Puri, right? And that is where the importance of Puri is. In Kali Yuga, this Puri is a kshetra, is a place where we have to perform our devotional service. And when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there in Puri, he was doing this beautiful pastimes of Lord Jagannath. And everybody know, the 3 chariots were there. And these 3 chariots, devotees saw that Jagannath Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in all the 3 chariots, right? So Prabhupada heard this and he was got so much attracted. And Prabhupada said when he was 7 years old that I want to also conduct Rath Yatra. So Gaur Mohan De, his father, so they wanted to build a chariot. So he went to a carpenter and they said to build a chariot it will be very expensive. So they couldn't afford a chariot. So when they were coming by, they saw an old lady and they bought a small used up cart. And they bought that and they built the whole cart and they made a chariot out of it. Srila Prabhupada personally painted, yes, on your boy. Sister, Bhavatarini. They just painted and they carved the horses and everything. And they just did a Rath Yatra for 8 days. Every single day, Prabhupada the kids used to pull the Ratha, and his mother and all his relatives and the neighbors and everybody, they used to make big nice prasadam, and they used to give away to all the people. They used to go from their house to Harrison Road, and they will come back. And there is a Radha Krishna temple. They will stop there at the Radha Krishna temple, and they will actually come back. So 8 days these Prabhupada used to do. And when Prabhupada came to this in this Western world, his mind was earning, or it was just really wanted to bring that culture of Jagannath in this Western world, because Prabhupada knew that along with the chanting of the Mahamantra, along with the taking of prasadam, there is one more thing which is extremely essential in this Western world, and that is Jagannath's Ratha Yatra, right? So Prabhupada knew that is very important. Why? Of course, chanting of the Mahamantra is revolutionary. Remember the Viplava I was talking about? Chanting of Mahamantra is very essential, but we can only reach out to certain people and make them chant, right? Giving out prasadam is also very revolutionary. It's very powerful, but we can only reach out to a few people and give out prasadam. Not everybody will take prasadam. Chanting is a little bit tougher, but prasadam is a little more easier comparatively, but still, how far we can give out prasadam. But Rath Yatra, everybody can go, and wherever Jagannath is going, they will be knowingly or unknowingly will be taking darshan of Jagannath, right? So it's revolutionary. So Prabhupada said it is required. So Prabhupada was actually sitting in his room in San Francisco, and Mother Maliti, she went to a boutique, a South Asian boutique, right?
It's actually Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, yeah. So Dollar Tree or something like that. She went to that, and there she found some cute things, nice looking things. And she said Prabhupada will be happy when I bring that. So she thought this is something which we can actually put in a cupboard or somewhere.
She got single.
Yeah. She bought one of those. I think Subhadra she bought, I think. So she bought this nice small thing, and she said, this is looking nice. Prabhupada will love it. So she bought, so she came into Prabhupada. So Prabhupada was sitting like this, and then she said, Prabhupada, I went to this store, boutique, and I found something very interesting. And she took that and she showed to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada jumped out of his seat and gave it a big dandavat pranam to that deity. Said, do you know what you're holding? She is the mother of this material world. She is Mother Subhadra. And there should be 2 more guys along with that. Where are they? And she said, yeah, I only bought this one. She looks so cute. And that's what I bought. So she went immediately and then bought other 2 deities, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. And Prabhupada was in tears when he saw this. Extremely happy. And Prabhupada knew that his mission in this Western world is working. His mission in this material world is working. Why? Because out of nowhere, Jagannath has appeared. And my Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj's mission is happening. Jagannath is coming to this material world. Who can bring Jagannath to this material world other than Srila Prabhupada? Right? And Jagannath appeared, and then he called one of his servants, Shyamsundar Prabhu. He's a carpenter. He said, see, you need to make a big, idol or a big, murti of this. And he just gave this replica. And Shyamsundar Prabhu was actually making this carving. And one day Srila Prabhupada saw that they see his carving, and he was actually putting his cigarette on top of Baladev's head. Not knowing who this personality is. Prabhupada asked, do you know who is this personality? And Shyamsundar Prabhu said, oh, this is Balaram, the expansion of Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. So funny. And then they carved these 3 long Jagannath deities. You can see the video is still there. The first Rath Yatra in San Francisco. I think it's 1966 or something.
Deities is there still?
I don't know, Mataji. But Prabhupada said, we have to take them in a cart. So there was a flatbed truck. A flatbed truck. So they put Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra in 3 directions. Jagannath was facing this way. Subhadra is facing this way, Baladev is facing this way. 3 directions. And they just put the cart. And they didn't pull, but then the truck was moving. And the video is still there. You search in YouTube. The first Rath Yatra in San Francisco. And there you can see hippies and everybody was dancing. And I was thinking, Prabhu's Maharaj, seriously, how can they dance like this? Probably they are in LSD or something. But just imagine, how can they dance? I have not danced like that. They were just dancing so freely. Probably there could be some Sukriti. Remember I was talking about the Sukriti. These people are high in LSD. I'm just saying there could be also, right? But imagine, they are dancing in front of the Lord. They are dancing in the steps of Hare Krishna Mantra, in the tune of Hare Krishna Mantra. In the Srimad I think it's Bhagavatam or somewhere, there's a sloka where it's saying like, when a person raises their hands and when they are chanting and dancing, they are purifying this material world.
By performing yajna.
And because the rains are happening because of their chanting of this mantra, right? We are thinking like, why the rain is happening in North America? There is nobody doing yajna here. Yes, devotees like us are chanting every single day, and that's what rain is happening. The moment all the devotees are gone from the face of this material world, there is no rain. Complete drought, and that is when the acute, phase of Kali Yuga started. We have more than 10,000 years to go, right? We will get rain up till 10,000 years, I guess. After that, once all this chanting and everything is gone, rain stops. So they were dancing and chanting, and it is said that at one point of time, the engine stopped. There was this old truck, and the engine stopped, and everybody got bewildered. And they asked like, Prabhupada, now engine stopped, what will we do? Prabhupada said, this is common. You just wait for another 5-10 minutes, it will start. And then they didn't understand. And then Prabhupada later said that Jagannath has his own way to move. Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra will not finish in one day. Sometimes it takes 10-15 minutes, sometimes it will take 30 minutes. And then Prabhupada said like, Jagannath is there. He started working. He started working inside the engine of the truck. He wanted to stop when he wanted to stop. Right? He wanted to move when he... See, can you imagine this huge ratha they are pulling? How are we coordinating when to stop and when not to stop? Have you ever thought about that? In Puri? There is no red stop sign like, with whistle and everything, what we do here. There is nothing like that. Ratha will stop. It will stop for whatever time it is. Even though everybody is pulling, Ratha will not move. And after the sweet pastime, it could be because some devotee might be, Jagannath is waiting for some devotee to come. There are personal experiences. Pratyaksha Leela is there. Jagannath is waiting for some devotees to come. Some devotees will be running. I just want to take darshan. It's Pratyaksha Leela, right? So, and when these devotees come, the meeting with this devotee and Jagannath is something very powerful. And that is what it takes his own time.